This book is about the teenage years. However, I am not approaching it in the usual way. I am going to write about all the important things, about friends and peer groups, about parenting, about young people having a good time, about teens not being able to get to sleep, about mental health, and so on. But I'm going to write about these topics from the perspective of brain development. You may at first find this strange. You may think this is too scientific for you. You may want to learn how to communicate better with your teenager. You may be looking for tips about how to avoid conflict. You may even be wringing your hands about their social media use. Why do you need to know about the brain? In this book, I will demonstrate that understanding the brain will give you a completely different picture of the teenage years. For centuries, teenagers have puzzled, confused, and infuriated adults. Why is it that young people have to argue about everything that adults say? Why are they so contradictory, happy one moment and cast into despair the next? How is it that a normal, chatty child has turned into a bad-tempered recluse? I will argue that the clue is in the brain. Once parents, teachers, and others learn what is happening in the teenage brain, they can see that the confusing behavior makes sense. For the last few years, I have been running groups for parents in which I outlined the main facts about brain development. The result? Parents talk about a light bulb moment. They report a complete change of attitude to their son or daughter. "Wow, I really didn't know all this," said one parent to me. "I will be so much more sympathetic now." Another said, "This will change the way I relate to my 15-year-old. "Thank you, said another. "If only we had understood this earlier, so many problems might have been avoided." I believe that this knowledge really does have the potential to change family relationships. Of course, there are other factors at play. I will discuss these at various points during the book. One big factor is the social circumstances that affect all teenagers. At what point are they grown up? When can they take decisions for themselves? What rights do parents have over health and educational choices? These questions highlight the fact that the teenage years are a transition from child to adult, and transitions can be uncomfortable. There will be more about transitions in Chapter 2. I will reveal that it will be much easier to deal with the questions thrown up by the process of transition if we take into account the impact of the changes in the brain. I very much hope that you will find this information helpful in your relationships with the teenagers in your life.